Hello everybody, my name is Sky and I'm your friendly neighborhood autistic person full of random useless facts. And today we are getting back into Horizon Zero Dawn, specifically the Frozen Wilds DLC. Yesterday we did a lot of side questing and got some collectible stuffs done. We are about to do the hunting trials, and after we do the hunting trials we are going to continue with the main mission. While you were away, I was a play, and I got all of the blue queen that was on the map that was marked by our little thing that we purchased. We can obviously still earn more, but I did get everything that could be picked up. I have already gotten one of the Banuk bows, and we are going to go ahead and grab another one. We can probably afford both, so we're going to go ahead and grab this, and we're going to equip it into our old Shadow Hunter slot. And then we're going to check these out. I'm going to debate. So this is useful against ice, but it is not useful against anything else unless we were to add modifications. This is useful against fire, and this one is good for stealth. I think I'm pretty happy right now with the outfit that I do have on, which is the Survivor Heavy, and as you can see when you look at the effects, it is a all-over protector. And I kind of like to keep that, even though the specialty ones do have more strength against the effects. I like to have an all-over protection, because you never know. We're going to switch things around here. We're going to take out these if we can. And we're going to fix up these. So this is going to be our replacement bow. We're going to definitely do this with the untested weapon coil. Not this one. I definitely want a handling coil on this. The Banuk bows tend to be a little bit stiffer in their strings, so they definitely need a little bit more handling added into them. And do we want more damage, or do we want more tear? We're gonna go with more damage. Why is that even a question? Hello, Munchkin Man. Hi. Hi. This is perfect for this one. Oh wait, no, not this one. Hi. Oh, I can't go in this one. Damage, shock, and freeze doesn't really help with any of that. We'll do this. This. And of course a handling coil. Alrighty, so now we have some very beautiful weapons that will be super helpful in many fights to come. Let's see what Ikri, I believe her name is, over here wants to say, and we'll work on the hunting trials.
Training again so soon, Ikri?
Never met a hunter who wished they'd trained less. I guess I'm not in any hurry to go back to Banor. Not yet.
Do you want to talk about it? What happened at the glacier?
No, I'd rather fight through it. Take it in my teeth and be left with the taste of determination. How about you, Aloy? Up for a challenge?
What kind of challenge? A competition?
No, together. We'll use the hunting grounds, but my rules. Lovok's fine with it. will take in as little as possible. My sling, your bow. You draw the machines to me so I can freeze them, and then you hit them when they're brittle. We'll fight until we run out of machines or you run out of arrows. That's the challenge.
Honestly, I'm more used to fighting alone.
And I'm more used to fighting alongside another. So put your spear beside mine, why don't you?
So you know, I told the White Teeth what you asked.
What about my Lynn? Did they accept her?
They did.
As they should. She was strong. Really, I only feel pride for her. As for me, I always wanted to be a snow ghost. Free to do what I will.
You freeze them, I shoot them. Doesn't seem so hard.
Really? Then you'll only need half as many arrows as I'd planned to give you.
Wait,
It shows I trust your aim. Do you trust mine?
you've really got to work for a Banuk challenge, don't you?
That's the spirit. Come on, let's drop off our gear and go. Aloy, lure the machines back here and I'll freeze them. Don't worry, I don't miss.
Then I target them when they're vulnerable. Got it.
So this is not part of the hunting trials. This is just something to do for fun with the Kree. Get him, girl.
Freeze!
Oh shoot! Do I not have my spear? Oh, I don't. I have to use my bow.
You won't bet.
Oh jeez! Never realized how much I relied on my spear for the up close. All right, we got one there. We got another one over there that's frozen. Bridge. Come on, Agree. I'm getting it. Ooh, nice try. We still need one more machine. Get it, Agree.
It's good enough for third floor.
Out of how many?
Just us two. So let's do better. Let's keep going.
Yes, ma'am.
I've got it! Will against metal.
Need another one. Where are all the things? Oh, there they are. They're over there.
So for hardpoint arrows.
We've almost mastered the challenge. We're close second place.
Ooh, gotta make the last arrows last.
I'll bring you down.
The soft point arrows aren't doing much for them. I think I've learned something for sure. And that is, if I choose to do this challenge again, because I probably will not do soft point arrows, use my soft point arrows and hold on.
Come on, give me a real.
Out of hunter arrows.
Now that one's in the spot.
Damn, I'm out! Then we'd better get out of here too. We got almost all of them.
We did pretty good.
Your mother? Sister?
His name was Rost.
Rost. Sounds very Nora. I can almost picture him. Stout as a tree.
And you?
Myself, I never knew my parents. There's a saying, an infant means 2 fewer hands to hunt with. That challenge was their gift to me.
We're gonna do one more attempt, just one more,
Let's go again.
with
we can
what
do
we
better.
learned.
I was thinking the same thing. Same as last time, only
We make fewer mistakes.
good plan.
Exactly.
You know the strategy by now?
I do.
You pull the herd, I freeze them down.
We're gonna stick only with our regular hunter arrows for now. We're gonna draw them in.
We can take them down!
Come on, Nick, make a shot. That was me. I'm trying to keep them close. There we go. Not gonna worry about them. I'm just gonna concentrate on fight.
Freeze! Let's finish this. This one's mine. Not today. Come on. Challenge.
Alright, let's bring over a grazer.
Keep moving. That's good enough for 3rd place. How many got just us? So let's do better. Let's keep going. Don't lose your footing.
Out of hunter arrows.
Finish up. down. Quick! Will against metal. We've almost mastered the challenge.
Me? That's the hard part, Rose.
Stand again.
Damn! I'm out!
Then we'd better get out of here too. We got almost all of them. Were you always so tough?
I, had to be. I wasn't part of the tribe for most of my life. Lenora didn't want me. I guess the feeling was mutual.
What's it like to make your own path in the world?
Well, you might end up talking to yourself a lot.
So the company's good, at least.
We came close. This
Another
will be
time.
something I can
Sure.
work on my own time.
Unless Lovok throws me out for making the other hunters look bad. Are you up for more?
Do you ever get tired?
I'll rest someday. Not today.
I need a...
Then I'll stay.
Hello, you must be Lauvek, I believe her said her name was.
Word about you has traveled far, young huntress.
What kind of word?
Some say you're most impressive. Others say the same thing, but with a face like they've just chipped a tooth on a block of ice.
Araya told me about these hunting grounds. She said you'd let me train here.
I will. I admit I'm curious to see for myself what all the gossip is about.
You look like you've got some stories to tell.
Oh, I outlived most of my stories. I ran with the Thunder's daughters long ago before they ran their course. For a time, we shook the snow off the men of Ben-Or. I couldn't last. Some fell in glorious battle. Some were exiled in infamy. Still glorious, if you ask me. Others had a worse fate.
What's worse?
To grow old. And find that all the rules and traditions you fought so hard against are still there. That's why I tell all the hunters I train to stay young. Choose a trial and I'll tell you what it entails. The control trial tests a hunter's ability to rein in the Stormslinger's power. Only the wisest understand these shamanic weapons, and only the bravest wield them. We'll start when you hit the snow at the bottom of that rope. We'll need a moment to pull the machines from the pass into the arenas. Then make your descent.
Alright, we have our storm slinger ready.
Cold. Very cold. I get
Let's
it.
do our best. So, fun fact, we don't have to do all of our damage with the storm slinger. Just enough to learn that the hard way quite a few times. Oh, my bad, buddy. Take off some of that raptors. Help. There we go. Now, why don't you go for a tumble, buddy? You have a nice trip. I'll let you fall. I have an idea. I think I'll learn something. If we can take off the... We don't have to do all of our damage. We have no health potions. We need to fix that as well. We don't have to do all of our damage with the Storm Slinger. We only need to do the final damage with it. We're going to abandon this for a second.
Very well.
And we're going to grab some health potions.
Training's done.
But we don't have to do all of our damage with the Storm Slinger, which is useful because the Storm Slinger actually doesn't do a lot of damage. But we do need to do the final bit of damage. What if we take the gun off the Ravager? We take the gun off the Ravager. We do majority damage to the Ravager and 5 other machines because we have to take down 6 machines in total and 1 Ravager. I'm gonna take out the Storm Slinger. I think that could work. Tear Blast.
You've got determination. The control trial, only the wise. I'll start. We'll need him.
First things first, we're gonna spot that Raptor. He's way back there in the back, but I see that cannon that I want off of him.
Saw me. Here we go.
Oh, got hit pretty hard there. But it's okay, I'm just a little bit blind entirely. I need to be able to see their health bars before I continue, because I don't There's that Raptor. That'll be a biggie. Stop hitting me. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. There he is. I'm not gonna waste Alright, I think we should... Might have to pick another trial, because I'm actually struggling with this one. Though, I'm struggle with this one because of the Storm Slinger, how I built it. I've already gone too slow on this. I've always struggled with this trial. Maybe see if we can't do the other one first. Dude, I'm out.
Trial's not over yet. Very well. The Onslaught trial challenge machines will be released into the arena. Only then will you be able to...
Yeah, I can do this one.
It begins. We'll need a moment.
On to the next. Keep moving anyway. New arena. Right on time.
Ooh, we literally completed it at the least, like, literally the blazing sun is at 3:30. Look at that time, 3:30. Oh, got that pushed a little bit too close for comfort. Oh, that was scary. I almost thought I didn't have it, and I was like, I do not want to have to waste time, and I did not want to have to waste time and redo it for the sake of getting the blazing sun. As for the Stormslinger and the Chieftain trial, which cannot be done right now because you have to be a Chieftain in order to do it, I will probably work on those later. I might do them on screen, I might do them off, but I know for the Stormslinger one, I always struggle with it. I'm going to struggle with it probably at least 4 or 5 more times before I get it, but I will get it. Did I do good?
Your first run on that trial and you claimed second place. I haven't seen many
Second,
pull
but I
that
got
off.
it in 3:30. Wait, no! No! That's not free! Did I misread the time? I swear it said 3:30 was the minimum to get for the blaze, and I got it at 3:30. Well, I call bullshit, and I'm gonna come back here with a vengeance, and I'm gonna slaughter you all.
That's all I've got in.
When you have more.
I'm actually mad about that a little bit. I'm 100% certain. Hang on, I'm gonna go back to my stream. I'm gonna look. Yeah, 3:30 in order to get the blazing sun. And we stopped right at 3:30. Literally, we killed that watcher right on 3:29, and it stopped at 3:30. So we should have gotten that, and that's bullshit, and I'm kind of mad about it. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. Alright, I'll come take care of this later. Fuck this route. I'm gonna be mad about that for about 3 more minutes. I'm mad about it because I've done that on other hunting trials. I have pulled that stuff before where I've literally gotten it on the last second and I still got my blazing sun. So like what was I like 0.50 milliseconds too far for this one or something? I'm mad about it.
Once the Werak gets a glimpse at Sakuli's mural, word will get around about how I helped her. So that's it. Nothing more I can do to get people talking. Time to throw my spear at Artok's feet.
Just as I suspected, Sakuli's new painting rejects
No.
tradition.
But I'm not into it because I'm mad. Oh, that frustrates me.
Songs of celebration used to echo through the cut. No more, though.
It's fine.
The red-haired Outlander girl is in
Doesn't need
Sakuli's
to be
painting.
done. We can move on with the main mission. It's okay. Okay, let's go.
Every day you end breathing.
My people have been telling tales of your accomplishments. Seems you have taken a special interest in our stretch of snow, Outlander.
Yes. And apparently this is the only way I'll get to see all of it.
Is this a challenge?
For the Werak.
You? This must be a joke.
It is not a joke, Aratak.
Now I see. The Outlander's your pawn. And with you backing her claim, I have no choice but to accept. I expected better of you, sister.
It was you who forbidden me from Thunder's drum, brother.
Brother and sister? This is a little more complicated than I thought.
No, it's simple. You will meet me at the Frost Figures, and I'll put a quick end to this mockery.
I suppose I owe you an explanation.
Yeah. I suppose you do. So why didn't you tell me that you and Aratak are siblings?
I thought I wouldn't have to. I'm surprised Aratak brought it up in front of a stranger. He must be very angry. I'm not always the best judge of
People.
I prefer the company of spirits. They're simply my own. I didn't want you to think of our pilgrimage as some sort of family squabble. It's much more important than that.
Family drama aside, what's this challenge meant to be anyway?
You and Aratak will hunt machines at the Frost Figures. The victor will be the fastest. It won't be easy.
Nothing about this has been so far.
When you meet us at the starting point, I'll tell you more. It will be simpler to explain from the base of the hills.
It's bold, I'll give you that. Going after your own brother.
He gave me no choice. He thinks I'm a child to be shoved to the back of the hunt. He would forbid me from my destiny. And yet, part of me did it knowing he would forgive me, eventually. He always does.
Araya, it's not about who's related to who. I want to know what's inside Thunder's drum. The spirit, the daemon, and how it all connects to the machines. But if we're gonna go through with this, I need you to be straight with me.
I underestimated you. And Aratak. I won't make that mistake again.
We'll see you at the Frost figures then. So, off to risk my life in order to take charge of a Banuk hunting band. Just what I always wanted. Frost figures, here I come.
We might have a fast travel that's a bit closer. We do. And when we get to that fast travel point in that campfire, we'll do a Noom, and actually we're gonna gather some medical herbs and refill our medical pouch. Not all the way, but at least a little bit before we get into this. Then we'll Noom, and then we'll go in. I just got here! I freaking hate Clint Hawks. Loathe them to the ends of the earth and back. I loathe Clint Hawks. Alright, let's see if we can't find... Why are we highlighting this track? What's going on here? Why is this here? Was this for like a mission or something? I know that we had plans, so you can gather along the way, but like, this isn't supposed to show up unless we're doing stuff like this, the tracking stuff, it doesn't really show up unless we're doing a mission. And what we currently have activated shouldn't have anything to do with this. Why is there a tracking ability? Who are we tracking? Why are we tracking them?
Here they come. Okay, they're heading back.
Just circle all the way around? What is this?
Okay, the Frost figure should be just up there.
I am so confused by this. This is not supposed to be like that. Whatever. Really? guess it's pretty cold out here. It's gonna be hard for stuff to grow.
Stocking up. The frost figures. Aratak and Araya must be close.
Is that goat okay? Do I need to be putting you out of your misery? Is that shock rocks? Yep. You can feel the tension. Images.
Outlander. I have prevailed over such challenges before, and fear none. But this one is foolish. You are not Banuk. You do not understand my responsibilities. I ask you, one hunter to another, withdraw.
Will you let us go to Thunderstrom?
You haven't seen what's up there, Outlander. I will not risk my sister's life again.
Then we better get on with this.
So be it! I will bury your insolent claim in the frozen ground!
Enough! Let us begin. To hunt, to strive. That is the way of the Banuk and of the contest before you. You will climb the frost figures from the east, Aratak from the west. Each trail wends its way through deadly machines. Hunters from the Werak will be posted along the way. They will hail you, calling out machines for you to slay. Your hunt will take you around the ridge to the center, where you must descend to the valley for your final kill. Each time, after your prey has fallen, you must launch a beacon such as this, so that all our kin will see your progress.
Kill machines, launch balloons. Got it. So, the first of us to launch the third balloon wins?
Well, yes. But as Challenger, your path to victory is harder. If even one of your beacons comes in after Aratak's, he prevails.
You had your chance, Outlander.
So did you.
The hunt begins on my mark. Now!
All right, gotta head up that mountain. Looks like there are a few ways to go up, and those rock paintings mark the paths. Okay, up we go. Everything's freezing. The ground, the air, me. Come on, Aloy, time's wasting.
Going as fast as you can go. If you wouldn't waste time doing dramatic canes.
All right, Challenger. You need to take out the herd below. Every machine.
Kill
Yes,
herd.
sir.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm just trying so hard to concentrate. Oh gosh, there's a third long leg, of course there is. Don't touch me, don't touch me. Oh, of course.
I dropped the ladder for you. Climb on up and launch your marker.
Let's go as quickly as we can.
Alright, here we go.
Now climb the ridge and launch your balloon.
I'm working on that.
Aratok knows what he's doing. No time to waste.
Take the rappel point to the next challenge.
2 bellowbacks ahead, Challenger. Kill them both. None of the other machines matter.
2 bellowbacks. Got
Two
it.
dead bellowbacks coming up.
Let's get down safely. See if we can't see where they are. I have an idea.
Why should I would?
Better to have help than none.
Okay, one down. Got them both.
Alright. You have fun out there. You cause chaos. Look good boy.
Now where's that balloon?
Over here, Challenger. Raise your marker.
I'm ahead, but only by a little. I gotta get moving.
Now take the zip line and work your way down to the valley.
Storm's kicking up. Can't see much. Close now.
Whee!
Almost down. All right, it's the last challenge.
Whee! Mini wee.
Something's wrong. My kin should be here, driving in our final quarry.
They're right behind us!
Whose idea was this? We're in trouble, Artok. Specifically, you are. Because I've been here before, so I know my way around. So, what I'm about to do, many of you may call griefing. Many of you may call cheating. I call it staying in safety and knowing my risks and rewards and my enemies and staying out of their way when I can. So let's get into it. Where's the other one at? Oh gosh, he got right on me. He came around from the other side and I didn't see him. Give me back my hiding hole. Hole of safety. Safety tunnel. I'm scared. And I don't want to die. Oh! Big hit. Oh. Oh no. I guess it's our time now. So if all three of them are waiting for me. Waiting for somebody to move. Pop one right now. Okay, got one down. Ah, that's how they went from point A to point B so quickly. They got massive.
At your peril.
He's figured me out now.
Finish this.
Cute. Nice.
So it's true. Frost claws from Thunder's drum.
The attack cut short the competition. Naturally, there can be no result. It is void.
You saw what she did. She defeated the machines, not I. It is proven. She's the better hunter. We are Banuk. Survive, prevail. What else matters? My blood is in your teeth. I take my place behind you on the hunt.
No more hunters may make the ascent to Thunder's Drum. The way is closed to all but the chieftain and myself.
It is not my place, but I would ask a boon. To accompany you and my sister.
It might be permitted. But only if you do as I say.
No. Only if you do as I say.
Thunder's Drum awaits. There's a camp at its base, Long Notch it's called. Meet us there when you're ready. Chieftain.
I can't feel a new outfit. And a weapon like Artok's.
We're gonna put this on to at least give her the sense of warmth, you know. This is a pretty neat outfit, to be fair. It gives, as you can see, it has no protection at all. It is mostly for ceremony's sakes, but also can be for survival, because it provides health recovery over time. But thankfully, we can modify it and put some things in to help. We'll do resist range attacks. And resist melee. And it gives us some corruption as well. Let's grab another skill, and then we'll talk about the hunt we just did, and what we're gonna do. Ah, this is what I was wanting. When I first started the game, I was like, I could have sworn that there was a way that I could call my mount even if I've walked away from it, and I just can't figure it out, so that's why I haven't been using a mount everywhere. It's because I need the call mount plus. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna work to getting that, because that would be super helpful to get once we get back into the main map.
I guess the chieftain gets the chieftain's gear. And now to Long Notch. Nothing left to keep me from Thunder's Drum.
I don't keep headpieces on because I like to be able to show off the face paint. Worked my ass off for that face paint. Alright, let's discuss what just happened. Some of you may be like, okay, that was cheating, that was griefing, that was whatever you could have done, but no. No. I have done this fight, oh gosh, dozens upon dozens of times. I have done it in the open, fighting on foot with them at my face and taking me out. Died many times doing that. I don't call it griefing to use the tunnels. I call it knowing your enemies, knowing your skill ability, and knowing what you personally can do. There are probably plenty of people out there that have played this game that can take all three of those frost claws down without even taking a single hint of damage. And good for them. That's really sick. If you could bring it down with your spear and bow and just being good with your footwork, that is super amazing. I am not that strong. I am not that good at my
Never know when I might
melee
need these.
abilities and about being quick on my feet, my dodges. Surely you've noticed this by now. So I play and I fight the way I know best to. So yeah, we took out those 3 Floss Claws. We are officially, technically, in a way, the chieftain of the Werak. Nice. We are going to head all the way up here. All the way up here. There's a corruption zone on the way. This is as close as we can get anyway. I'll flip a coin. We're gonna fast travel to here and I'll flip a coin while I fast travel. Where's my flipping quarter? There it is. Okay, we're gonna do the corruption tower. We have shell walkers. These 3. Shell walkers are pretty bulky. They are definitely the tanks of the Horizon world. Looks like we have 4 actually. Specifically.
Let's get to the tower. I can override it.
But because they are the tanks of the Horizon world, that does make them a little bit hard to bring down. I would like to get to that tower if I can. Oh no! I've been spotted. Can I do it quickly enough? Is the question now. Perfect.
Good hit.
Okay then, buddy. Oh, he's super mad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Just gotta do a little hop, skip, and a jump. Yeah, you don't have no hands. Look, Mom. Alright, got the corruption zone cleared. You heard it stick into the boar, right? It made the sound of the arrow sticking into the flesh, but no damage to the boar. Hmm. You can see now why I wanted to destroy those towers and not just override them. The area has refilled with machines, and if we'd left the control towers intact, you get the idea.
This'll last.
That was a good hunt. An unintentional hunt, but a good hunt. There's another corrupted tower over here. We're going to debate before we act. I'm seeing some watchers, but is that it? Is it only watchers? There's no way it's only watchers. It's not. You can see. Just see. There are stalkers in the area. Most likely there's one directly below that control tower. How did you... No, there's nobody. I mean, if you want to come over here, you can, and I can bring you down anyway, but, like, there's no way you saw me. Debating on even bothering with overriding this one. I might just blow it up.
They're scanning for me.
There's probably at least one more stalker. They usually come in pairs. There is indeed one more stalker. You just fired at me. There he is. Just went up into the woods. Ah, there's some Banuk hunters over there. They're gonna go after him. But we need to take him down ourselves if we want to truly clear out the corrupted area. I'm gonna see what I can do from a distance, and might have to go closer because they're pushing him further up. Very nice. We got 2 corrupted zones cleared on our path. Hello, Munchkin Man. Have you returned to be a menace? Or are you gonna be a good boy and sit here? I'm just taking you out. You look sleepy, eepy. You look so sleepy. Got eye crusties. Yes, get comfy. Taking you out like mama. Yeah. He's right out the way. We have 2 side quests in this area. We are going to collect them. Most likely not do them right away, depending on what they are, but we are going to collect them first.
Outlander, it would be my honor to speak with you.
Already 6 years have passed since its last appearance.
I've heard of you, Huntress. Each of the many verses of your song tells of an impossible victory. The notes echo across the cut.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
That I know. My song used to echo around Banur. Umnak, the hunter of legendary machines. That's why I'm here. For another. They call it the claws beneath. Or they did when I was younger. Its defeat would have given my song a fine end. I used to travel between Banur and the cut without stopping to sleep. But this trip, my bones ache, Huntress. But you, out hunting Aratak, leading your own Werak. If half your song is true, you are the only hunter I'd trust to go in my place.
You want me to hunt for you?
Not just for me, no. For an old friend.
This machine, the claws beneath. Why travel all the way to the cut just to hunt it?
Some songs. They include a refrain. The return of a past moment. It seemed fitting.
You've hunted this thing before.
Must have been 20 winters past. We were so close to bringing the claws to bay. Closer than anyone else ever got.
We?
Me. And my friend. He was a chieftain of my Werak then. A skilled hunter. Every few years, the claws would emerge in a new location. I knew of 2 chieftains he'd sent to their burial pyres. My friend became the 3rd. This hunt, I had hoped to complete it in his honor.
Sounds like you've got a reputation.
To be Banuk is to push your body to its limits. I found my limits higher than most. Fearsome machines needed killing, and in my youth, I found I had a talent for killing them. Even now, my name carries such weight that when the claws beneath re-emerged, the Werak came to me.
Do you still have the same faith in yourself that your Werak seems to have?
Perhaps I did. Before I held my bow in shaking hands. Noticed, for the first time, the spots on my knuckles. What a strange thing it is to be old. To stare backward and see such distance. But to stare forward at a looming wall.
You want me to hunt in your place? Is that some kind of Banuk custom?
Well, perhaps it should be, but no. We survive and we prevail, until we fail to do either. I confess, this is not easy for me. For any other machine, I would die as I have lived. A Banuk hunter, weapon raised. But too many good lives have been lost to the claws. Throwing my old corpse atop the pile accomplishes nothing. Better to live in a world without the claws than to die while it still makes children orphans.
This is obviously important to you, Umnak. Are you sure you want someone else to take down this machine?
No, I am no longer a match for the claws beneath. If I ever was. If I face it, it will kill me. Of this I have no doubt. The Banuk blood in my veins screams at me to take on the claws myself. but I must see it brought down. And dead men see precious little.
All right, Umnak. I'll do what I can.
I've no doubt you can do quite a lot. The stories say the claws beneath returns here only once every 6 winters. The whispers I've heard say it now makes its home on the northeast edge of the cut. Hunt well.
I remember hearing of Umnak's hunts.
So we will definitely be taking care of that later.
Now he's come to the cut.
You have free sample box. Thank you.
I could forget what warmth feels like out here.
You're Aloy, right? My Bergund, I mean, told me you might be heading up to see me. Varja. Pleasure. Hey, that spear is really something. You've customized her, haven't you?
I've made a change or two. You've got an eye for weapons.
I wish these Banuk agreed with you. I can't seem to sell scrap to a Glentalk around here. Everyone wants boring old bows and spears. I like the more unusual stuff. And the Banuk can get unusual. Like that spear Aratak hauls around. An ice rail. Ooh, or that weapon of Araya's. What I wouldn't give to poke around inside one of those. Feel the lightning on my fingers. Or inside of anything, really. Last commission I had was a month ago. A weapon that spat fire. That didn't go well.
Huh. Well, you're gonna love me, because I have everything.
I've got an ice rail, just like Aratak's. You want to take a look?
Are you serious? Yes, I'd love that. Okay. Obvious design flaw. So if I replace these... Yeah, that should... Right. So, believe it or not, she's operating at, let's be generous, half her potential.
What's with the she's?
Oh, Pop says all weapons are girls. I don't think he realizes it's a compliment. Well, listen. If we had a Thunderjaw's mandibles to work with, her gears would be well and truly greased. And I know where to find one, if you want to go hunting with me.
So, let's say someone you know happened to have a weapon like Araya's.
You don't.
See for yourself.
Of course. Look at the... So the coils generate the spark, but the power source isn't even bolted in. I won't lie. She's beautiful. But there's beautiful and then there's beautiful. What we need is a Stormbird Talon. Lightning flows over them like water off a goose. And I know where one is. Hunt it with me, I'll turn that weapon into your new best friend. And second best.
A weapon that spits flame, huh? Like this one? I took this thing off an Oseram bandit. Think you could do anything with it?
You got my forge fire back? Well, if you took down Olgrid and his goons for this thing, I guess she's yours now.
Why don't you finish it for me first? Make her into the weapon she was supposed to be.
Thought you'd never ask. I'm gonna need a bellowback snout. Any bellowbacks will do. Can you handle it alone?
I think I can manage that.
Let's double check and make sure. I think it's already given me quest markers, but let's make sure.
Remind me what we need to fix
Okay. Alright, so we have that. We can actually improve all those weapons, and that's actually something that I do need to do. If you watch me struggle with the hunting trials at the beginning of the live stream, that's why. Because the Sword Swinger it's a good weapon when she upgrades it. They all become very fun weapons to use once they're fully upgraded, but when they are at what the level they are now, they're ass. So yeah, we will definitely be doing this at another time.
So we need parts from a Stormbird and a Thunderjaw? And you know where to find them.
That's right. It's gonna take some traveling, though. We can find a Thunderjaw out in the Valley Meet, and a Stormbird roosts near the Free Heap. I'll pack and meet you out there. This'll be fun.
Okay.
Smoke is always poured from the mountain, but these days
Awesome.
it gushes.
Let's do a Neum.
Long Notch is well stocked, as you asked.
And our scouts are watching for more frost claws.
Our numbers rise. 3 more hunters have passed their trials. But our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now what?
Stay prepared. Sharpen your spears. Should we not return, defending the cut falls to you. If our chieftain agrees with this course.
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that.
I do appreciate, though, it's very clear that, like, they see my chieftain title as what it is just a title. They still, even though they don't respect me as their chieftain, obviously, and they shouldn't have to, because I'm an outlander, they still do respect the title of it. That's nice.
Tell me what happened to the first expedition.
Rhea led the way to the summit, but it was blocked by a great door. Some kind of cauldron. New metal. We tried to break through, but it was unflinching. We were exhausted. No way forward and machines behind. I made the call to push back. It cost us greatly. But to remain would have cost us everything. I had hoped to never subject Araya to that again.
What do you think is beyond that door?
I do not know. That expanse of metal, that dead hum. Nothing sacred belongs there. Machines and death, that's what the mountain holds. Death for us or for the daemon.
And if we do find the spirit?
Then perhaps we should put it out of its misery.
I take it you haven't spoken to Araya yet?
Why should I? This is what she wanted, to return to Thunder's drum. It is her only care. So I should have known she would find a way to push aside my spear. After the Karja took my sister, not all of her came back.
What happened to Araya when she was a captive of the Karja?
As a shaman, she's adept with machines. Tracking them, stunning them. The Karja used her to capture them for the Sun Ring, where they were unleashed upon the innocent. They made her part of their blood sport. The shame she suffered beneath their pitiless sun.
She survived.
She endured. Endured by reminding herself of the spirit, her purpose. And now that's all she has.
For what it's worth, I'm glad you're coming with me.
Someone has to keep Araya safe.
The biggest braggart in my Werrick says he's going after the claws beneath. I almost wish he would.
Aloy, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit, and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but... No, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Araya?
Yes, of course. That's what you do. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible. I only wish it had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak. You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right. Stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
What are we gonna find up there, Araya?
Ruins. Machines. And a door, like that of a cauldron. I have faith that you can find a way through it, Aloy.
For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt the daemon has tried to hide the way.
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't suppose I can order you to tell me about Silence?
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for a secret of the Conclave. But you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt with Silence, your need is well apparent. Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch. A remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
He was. Or at least, when we sent runners to ask the Owl's Watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of the Conclave, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Ban-Ur. He met with us there, as is custom at high winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted. Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be Silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We sent our best trackers after him. None returned. And when we checked back with the Owl's Watch, those who had vouched for him were gone. As though he never existed. Some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk to begin with.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous. But also brilliant, skilled, and knowledgeable without equal. Except, perhaps, for you. Anyone else I would warn off, but you may be able to treat with him safely. Just don't lower your guard.
I'll keep that in mind, Horea. Thanks. What did the war do to Aratak?
It cut away everything, until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing nights, yet always rallied his hunters at sunrise. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he complains that life with me is harder. He's right. What have I ever given him but struggle?
Aratak told me you were a captive of the Karja for a long time. It sounded bad.
For Aratak, it all comes back to that. He thinks the Karja changed me. They did not. They merely sharpened my focus. When all else is lost, you think about what's truly important. The spirit. The blue light. The beyond. And my brother, too. Every time I felt the chill northern wind, I thought of him. Worried for him.
It hasn't been easy for you, Aurea. Getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, we both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back.
Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
Now, brother!
but all that awaits.
Smoke has been detected within the facility. This is not a drill. Please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. I repeat, this is not a drill.
So you see,
Please remain calm
I too can
and
call upon the
proceed to
power of the
nearest
old ones.
exit.
What was this place?
The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from a terrible danger.
Fortress. It looks more like a machine.
Is that not fitting? Blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just hope that some remains here. Metal pillars, tall as Bemir's cliffs. I still don't like it.
November 21st, 2064. It's been 3 years since I was last here, and 12 since I was running the place. Just a skeleton crew left, confused about why I'm here. So am I. Anita wants me to find a way to suspend operations for a while. Maybe a long while. And I don't know why. But from the sound of her voice, it was something terrifying. I wish I could look into her eyes, ask her what the hell she's so freaked out about, but what else is new? When don't I wish I could look into her eyes again?
Aloy? Were you listening for something?
There are memories here. Messages left by the old ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you. What did they say?
I'm not sure yet, Araya.
Here, up and over.
The Return of Director Emeritus. Decent hollow title. Gina, no, that's a bad title. And worse subject, the camera crew would die of boredom. Whatever, Gina. It's still the most excitement this hell cave's seen in a long time. Your standards for exciting are depressingly low. I'll squeeze what I can out of this. Thanks. You always were a little sweet on Kenny. What? No way. His ears are enormous. Besides, he was too busy mooning over Anita. I want to know what he's doing in here in the first place. It's not normal. He helped engineer the most advanced geothermal facility in history, and then rode off into the sunset. Now he wants to check up on his masterwork. It seems normal to me. But why now? He keeps poking around in the coding facility and asking questions about Cyan. Do you think there's something wrong? Well, last I checked, there's been no deviation in any of our readings since the most recent microquake swarm. Maybe Kenny likes taking field trips on Pharaoh's dime. It's been 14 years! They would have frozen those accounts by now. Has it been that long? Oh man, I'm old. Not old, just boring.
Machines. At least we have the drop on them.
take!
We must climb higher, and our path will become clear.
If the chieftain's pace is measured, ours is measured.
That should do it. Varga can finish her forge fire now.
Must have been some time in the spring of 2047, about 6 months after the main facility opened. We were behind schedule and new data indicated that incident was close, maybe only weeks away. I was exhausted, losing weight, and barely speaking, except to give orders. I passed by Anita in the battery depot. She looked at me and frowned, and then pulled me into this room and kissed me. A long kiss, the best kind. I could still remember the feel of her hand on the back of my neck. After she looked at me and smiled, we went back to work without saying a word. I'll never forget that moment. Her touch, her unspoken generosity. After she left the project, I spent years beating myself up for not keeping her, somehow. Every time I ran into her at a conference, I felt thrilled and lost and confused, all at the same time. Always hoping we might have a few drinks and, well, rekindle. It was only after I saw her on stage in Hollow in '58 accepting the Mind Challenge Award in Austin, with Elizabeth Sobek presenting no less, glowing and happy and fulfilled, that it dawned on me that I hadn't done anything wrong at all. I could finally see what she had wanted, and it simply wasn't me.
We can make our way upwards when you're done, Eli.
Okay, real quick. So, like, we came in from up top. Where does this go? Did this go back to where we were and just on a different level? Or is it somewhere different entirely? Is this where we... Did we climb up that thing? Okay, yes. Scoop. Aratok scoop. I mean, it's always better to check than to miss secrets.
Reason, please.
Speaking of secrets, but I don't think there's anything that way. At least not in terms of dialogue, because it would have lit up. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that way. Come along. I'll go back to being quiet.
No space.
There's an overlook above. Not much farther now.
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. But machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is no ordinary warrior.
I can hold my own. Even so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden, at least for a while.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes, towers, steam, frost. What was all this for?
I went this way years ago, looking for cover in case machines came prowling. I have no doubt that it is guarded now, but we may be able to stay hidden.
Not all threats can be seen at first. Beware stalkers.
Stay down as we move through.
Go where you go, Aloy. Let's move, quiet as we can.
It's cold. As if there's chill water running through those massive pipes. But why?
Stay as quiet as I can.
Be wary of mines, if stalkers are near. Press on. Stay low.
There's a door up ahead, and refuge. We're almost through.
Technically, I can't suspend the cooling system, but I can reduce the power draw so that it'll be completely masked by the caldera. But masked from what? The firebreak has always been confidential for security reasons, but this would be excessive, even for the dear departed Mr. Blevins. What could possibly have gotten Anita so worked up?
I can't spare the weight. Is this a projector? Maybe to show holograms without a focus. Let's see if I can restore power. Aratak, Araya, you might see shapes drawn from light. Don't be alarmed.
It'll take more than light to alarm me.
Thank you for being here, everyone. I suppose it's not every day you get to have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job. None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. So, here's to you, Kenny. You put a cork in the Yellowstone caldera. I'd say you deserve a margarita.
Hold your glasses, everyone. I'd like to add something. This effort wouldn't have been possible without our lead programmer. Thank you, Anita, for bringing us our real mastermind, Cyan.
I'll second that, Director Chow. All right, Cyan. What's our latest number? The current count is 1,654. Wow, then drink up, everyone. Here's to 1,654 more years without an eruption.
It was the spirit. The old ones. I could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Araya. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. As for the spirit, I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be.
The door is open now. We can get through.
Okay, I admit it. I watched The Hollow of the Toast 6 straight times, taking in every detail. Anita's smile, the way she giggled at her own jokes, my clumsy offhand to Cyan. Every time it played, for a second, I felt like I was there again, with her, among friends, savoring our success. With diminishing returns, of course. By the 6th time, I was just staring at Anita and feeling really creepy about it. But I can be forgiven, can't I? It was the best night of my life. Besides, I'm entitled to a little nostalgia. We saved the world from fire and death. Or at least suffocation by ash. So there's that, right?
Can't carry more.
I've a score to settle with that mountain.
We'll have to carve through a lot of machines to get to that door.
More than the Werak could prevail against before.
Aloy will see us through.
Onward, then. Our challenge awaits.
The geothermal plant can be suspended, the cooling system masked, massive challenges solved. So why am I so nervous about the next part? All I need to do is install Anita's mysterious software and have a conversation. It's not even a human being, right?
Go.
More machines. Make ready. of deeds. But that battle was a verse worth singing.
And now, Aloy, the door. Can you open it?
Let's find out. There. Varja should be able to fix up the ice rail.
My heart is pounding. Oh, but I did it. We did it.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the daemon has taken over.
It's like an infection. Attacking all this machinery.
Everything has changed. It's twisted. The path I took to get to the spirits. Lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Araya. I promise. All right. Let's go.
Yes, and finish this.
All right. Down we go. This way.
I'm with you, brother. We'll stay only as long as we have to.
We'll need to get past that vent. Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood, Aloy.
I'll have to go over it. Better time this right. One of these conveyors should get me across. This should get me up there. did it. Here they come. Looks like I need to get across to extend the bridge.
A fine attack, but too slow.
I did it stupid, because I was distracted, because my cats are being mean to each other. Oliver. I might have to go get him.
Okay, let's get them across. Come on over, it's safe. I think.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be before the demon ruined it.
What is this?
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs. It has reconfigured this facility to build hostile recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to their
The spirit speaks to us. It's a recording. And a warning. Hephaestus. What kind of name is that?
Perhaps the spirit will tell us if it left more messages.
Maybe you're right. Let's keep moving. I'll try to find a way through.
I will prevail or die trying.
I need to get Araya and Aratak across. That should do it.
Thank the spirit for our victory.
Assessment form for classification of machine/artificial intelligences. Confidential and proprietary to the MIE. No part of this document may be disclosed to a third party. Subject: Cyan. Firebreak Facility. Assessment date June 7th, 2062. Summary: Third test. Subject sentience is assessed at a 0.54 within legal limits. Weighted against the results of other tests, the subject's prior score of a 0.61 is considered a false positive. Assessment derived from percentile scores in the following qualitative subtests: pain response, humor response, emotional aptitude, aesthetic evaluation, morality evaluation. See attached for detailed analysis and summary of testing criteria. Evaluator recommendation: maintain biannual assessment schedule. Continued monitoring is strongly advised in light of subject proximity to category maximum sentience.
console.
To any human responder, the reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us.
It's been looking for a way to defeat the daemon, and it may have found one.
November 28th. Operation Enduring Victory is all over the news. The Pharaoh swarm is coming. Has to be what Anita is trying to hide Firebreak from. But that means she thinks we'll lose. That the swarm will reach Yellowstone. My God. In that scenario, pretty much everyone dies. Everyone except Cyan.
Machine parts. Dumped here to be melted down. Efficient.
We need to get across that gap.
Yeah. Looks like I'll have to go over. Again. I wonder if I can destroy that. These things go sideways, too. Alright, time to grab a ride. The others will have a lot easier time getting here.
This looks like the old path. We're close now.
One last exchange with Nita. Via chat, attached to this entry in case anyone ever finds this. I'll never see her again. Neither was Cyan. And I've got to tell her that too.
After I put the pieces together about the swarm, there's a million things I could have done. Contemplated my own death, contacted everyone I've ever known and loved, gotten drunk. But of course, being me, I obsessed about whether or not I should text Anita. Whatever resistance is being mounted against the war machines, she's part of it. Who am I, then, to bother her? Would she even be able to respond if she's dealing with the military? Would her communications be monitored? But she saved me the trouble. Gotta admit, I was a little disappointed when her message didn't consist of, "I will always love you." Instead, she wanted data samples from Cyan's confidential log, the one that pertains to emotional responses. Under any other circumstances, I would have refused, the very thing we had tried to keep secret for years, and she wants to share it? But I sent the log, because she wouldn't ask if she didn't need it. I can't understand why, though. Sounds like she's helping to develop an AI, but how could that possibly help stop the swarm? I guess I'll never know. There was so much I wanted to say to her, but none of it seemed fair. I'm guessing she has her hands full trying to save the world, and frankly, I remember that feeling. In the end, I settled for ineffectual communication, ineffectual confirmation, hoping against hope that she would cast aside my fears. Nope. Is it as bad as I think it is? Worse. Go be with your sister, and tell Cyan that I said goodbye. So that's it. Untold destruction awaits. Billions of lives. My own, my family's. And yet my mind keeps coming back to Anita. I'll never see her again, feel her touch, hear her voice. No final embrace, no closure. That desire to end things properly, that need, shames me when I think about me dithering over Cyan. I've gone over every possible scenario, every possible version of the speech, trying to predict how she'll react when I tell her, well, what I need to tell her. But here's the thing. I can't predict her reaction for one very simple reason. She's human. In every way that matters. To Joshua from Ela. Josh, sweetie, I hope all's fine with you and your mom. We really should keep in better touch. I've taken a post in New Zealand. With that program they've got for young peoples returning to the country, they want to be absolutely certain it's safe. At the moment, I'm making a survey of the caldera at Taupo. For a blast from the past indeed. At any rate, I don't know if you already saw in the Wyoming News, Hollow, but do you remember that fellow, Dodd Blevins? Of course you do. Well, they finally found what became of him. I've copied a good bit below. Hugs and snogs, Ela. This'll be good. Spring thaw reveals body of missing man. The retreat of the winter snows has brought closure to a missing persons case that went unsolved for nearly 15 years. Human remains identified as those of Dodd Blevins, disappeared in 2046, were located at Purple Mountain inside the former Yellowstone National Park. The previously undiscovered body emerged on Purple Mountain as a result of meltwater flows after an unusually warm winter. It was discovered by Faro servitors conducting a survey of the terrain. Authorities believe that the cause of death was an accident involving an antique vehicle designed for winter travel. Data corrupted. We may not have known the person that had something to do with that. Well, everyone's gone now. Can't charge the dead.
The voice of the demon. The altar. Desecrated.
Delta 5. Assemble materials package F-Mark-.
As Acting Chief Digital Security Officer and Interim AI Administrator for the Firebreak Project, I hereby state to have updated the orbicular pattern for the Cyan Regulatory AI on 17th September 2064, according to procedure, to ensure against tampering, meddling, disarranging, or outlandish mischief of any kind. Such as with previous updates, after the source node has been activated, the remaining data nodes must be pathed to establish a flow between the adjacent intact nodes, to then connect back to the source node. Jorgen.
There is no blue light here. Is a spirit present, or only the demon?
I think it's both. But we have to find out.
Possible security threat detected. Analyzing scrutiny matrix. Security threat confirmed. countermeasures. Recapture protocol initiated.
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the Blue Light. It's Aurea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core chamber. I will try to break the signal strength. One has been exposed, but I am improving the system.
Unauthorized protocol return to scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
And what will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
Keep moving towards the core. Uh-oh. Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it. Okay, Cyan said something about restraints. Is that what the tower is for? That Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy.
We can't let it stop us.
Take it down!
turn things around.
Critical threat detected. Autonomous defenses inoperative. Rerouting our network.
Araya! Don't!
Spirit! Scion, please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained. I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain Caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. Aratak! Aratak. Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go. Let's go!
One of those?
It's the only way! Get me up top, Aratak! Now! I need explosive ammo! A bomb! Quick!
Great Manukai. Maria is gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the Shaman's Path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
Well, that was a lot. We've unfortunately lost Aurea. But I think we've saved Cyan. We'll do as the game has asked us to. We are going to head to Aurea's retreat.
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
So I did notice I have a little notification that my internet might be kind of a little bit weak right now. I have my stream over here to the side of me. Most of what we're going to be doing next is dialogue, so that if the stream cuts out, it's fine. We can come back to the dialogue easily. So we're going to go ahead and keep going.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course, Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
I love that her colors shift and change to show the emotions that she's feeling. Let's talk about Aurea first.
You meant a lot to Aurea.
Once I understood Aurea's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Aurea's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Aurea, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location, one I've never been able to trace. So while losing the cauldron was a setback...
It's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Aurea said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
Poor Cyan. She just wanted to make friends.
What do you think Hephaestus is exactly?
A software entity of great complexity, far more advanced than I am. From the beginning, it has demonstrated a singular focus: the construction of machines designed to hunt and kill humans. My trace routes indicate that to accomplish this goal, it has attempted to take over the manufacturing centers you refer to as cauldrons. But its efforts have only been partially successful. Some it can penetrate. Others have robust countermeasures that frustrate its efforts. In me, however, it found an easier target. Not only could it break my defenses, I also controlled all of Firebreak's resources. Raw material, manufacturing to bootstrap more advanced tools, and unlimited geothermal energy.
Enough to build its own cauldron.
Yes. To construct hunter-killers without external limitations. And yet, it does have internal limitations. It wants to kill humans, but not to exterminate them. It is difficult to understand where it draws the line, and why.
Difficult doesn't even begin to cover it.
Even though I spent years as its unwilling servitor, its core programming remains a mystery to me.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
What was the old world like? the way it used to be.
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources. But these stemmed from one cause: catastrophic climate change that greatly reduced the habitable surface area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth?
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population. Until the clawback.
So things got better. For a little while at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
A benefactor? But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist?
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field. One of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you?
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone?
Yes. It was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes. It was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them?
Broadly, yes.
Life is hard for the Banuk. Their world is unforgiving in their beliefs. I guess they help to keep them going. So take it easy on them. Try to guide them, bring them around to understanding what you are.
Communion with machines features heavily in the mysticism of the Banuk. I think they will be agreeable to this approach.
As long as they don't end up worshipping you.
Upon consideration, I believe such an experience would be intensely uncomfortable.
It would. Because at heart, you want to be honest, right?
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can. I should check on Aratak. See how he's doing.
Cyan, I spoke with Anita, with Dr. Sandoval. She wanted me to ask you to do something. That's why I'm here.
I am detecting significant anxiety in your speech patterns. Could you please give me more information?
I'm a little bit in the dark, Cyan. Both of us are, I guess. I only have some idea of what's going on, and we need you to hibernate, to lie low until it's all blown over. It might be a very long time.
Will you be here when I reboot, Dr. Chow? Will Dr. Sandoval?
No, Cyan. I don't think so. There might not be anyone, at least not at first.
Dr. Chow, I'm afraid. I don't want to be alone.
I know, Cyan. I'm afraid too. But listen, we made you the way you are to do something very important. In order to do it, you had to be intelligent. So intelligent that emotional responses were inevitable. What you're feeling, the fear, it's a sign of your capabilities. And it means you're strong enough to overcome it. Remember that. You're strong. I know you can do this. Go to sleep. Wake up. And protect whoever's left. Will you try?
I understand, Dr. Chow, and I'll carry out your instructions to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, Cyan. If Anita were here, she'd thank you too. She'd be proud.
I can see there's a vert ready for takeoff on the pad. Are you leaving now, Dr. Chow?
Yes. I need to go be with my sister and my nieces.
May I make a small request of you, Dr. Chow?
Yes. Anything.
Will you stay with me while I initiate the hibernation process?
Of course I will, Cyan. As long as you need.
That must have been so scary for her. For everyone, of course, but to be brought to life and then be put to sleep for who knows how long, to wake up to who knows what. must be scary. Cyan did request that if we wanted to visit her and tell us our stories about the outside world, we can. And that is actually something that you can do, and I think that's really cool. When we do more main missions, the things that we learn from them, we can come back and we can actually talk to Cyan about them. And she'll give us a little bit of insight and also just her opinion. And honestly, this is one of the reasons why I love the DLC. I love Cyan. Aloy, although she does prefer to be alone, as the player, as the gamer, it gets lonely. It gets kind of hard just listening Aloy talk to herself, and most of the dialogue that we have with other people in the world are very bare minimum, and they're just mostly stuck to who are you, what do you do, and what do you want me to do for you. It's nice to have somebody like Cyan who understands technology and has a broader view of, the old world and the new, so that Aloy has somebody she can talk to about that with. Let's go talk to Aratak, and we might have to bring the stream to a close, and so I can check my internet.
Chill almost feels like sunburn.
My chieftain.
Just Aloy.
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Araya might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Araya would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
You didn't let her down. You helped her do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Araya found the spark. I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Werak can't follow. Besides, it already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Now Tuke has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
It would seem your time among the Banuk wasn't a waste after all. Firebreak, Cyan, Hephaestus. All very interesting.
What do you think Hephaestus is, Silence?
I'm not sure. But its name comes from a language even the old ones considered ancient, as does the name Hades. A connection, perhaps, as yet unglimpsed. Whatever they are, they're still out there, and they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You can stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
And that's it. we have, other than obviously, we can go down and we have the side quests that are left behind, the hunting trial and stuff like that, but and of course the fire claws that are scattered. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 in total. But those can be done off screen. I can do them on my own time and take care of them, because that's going to be a lot of struggling and dying and struggling and dying, and that's no fun for a live stream. But we have officially, technically, finished the DLC. We can start back into going to the, where are we going again? The location that's islands indicated. That's where we're going. One moment. Yeah, we are pretty much, the next time we start everything, we will be going to the next main mission of the main game. We will be leaving the beauty of Yellowstone behind, as well as the beauty of the technological advances that they made, back to the stiff dialogue scenes and the bouncy cutscenes and the crazy hair. But it's fine. It's been fun. If you have joined me today, if you have watched this live stream, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch. I hope that you will join me next time as we push ever more forward to the ending of Horizon Zero Dawn. We are getting close to some very big things. Before we do that, I will be coming on and doing some off-screen things. I'm going to be cleaning up the remaining collectibles that are on the east side of the map, and I'm going to go look around and make sure there are no side quests that need to be picked up. And once everything is cleared, I will start up the stream and we will go into the next main mission. And that'll be a lot of fun. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.